And welcome back to the Morgan Firestone Arena. I'm Captain Lou Bammo, joined on the microphone this time by...
Oh, be serious.
Oh, be serious. We have B-team action going on. It's been WFTDA sanctioned games all day long. We got one more sanctioned game coming up. But before that happens, the B teams are coming out. Tri-Cities Plan B coming from Kitchener-Waterloo, hosts of the D2 in 2 weeks from now. They're facing off against the hosts of Maple Stirrup, the Hammer City Harlots, which is their B team. And we're going to go straight into the action, Obi. They're not messing around. We had a little bit of a delay with injury in the previous game. So it looks like we're just going to go straight into the action. We'll try to get rosters read momentarily, but...
All right, starting off on the jam line for the Hammer City Harlots, 1-1 G6 Fister Crusher going up against Tri-Cities 69 Praying Mantis.
Praying Mantis is a skater on Tri-City Thunder. B teams often having travel team skaters on them as well, giving them a little extra chance to get some practice. And there's your lead jammer, the first jam of the game, Praying Mantis, Fister Crusher right out behind her.
That was a fairly quick exit for Praying Mantis. She got out before turn 2. The pack basically stopped there. She slid into the pack, called it off. Looks like a single point. We'll still call that first blood for Tri-City.
And it looks like the single point was given to Team Black. So it looks like Hammer City actually stole a point, Obi.
Ah, that was marked wrong. Look at that. Wow, a steal right off the bat.
Again, sometimes indicative of B-team action.
Psychosonic for Plan B going up against Little Red Roller Hood for the Harlots.
And Psychosonic getting the second lead jammer of the game for Tri-City. She's out all by herself. Little Red rolling, just trying to get out of the pack now. One to beat. She's out of the pack now, too. Psychosonic coming around on a scoring pass.
There she goes. She comes through. She's calling it off straight away, 4 in the door, and shutting it down.
That's right, 4 points for Tri-City. Of course, the Maple Stirrup is brought to you by multiple sponsors, including Rydell Skates. In the world of roller skating, Rydell Skates has no equal for the truly demanding skater. Rydell offers the finest quality skating boot available with comfort level to match. They are providing raffle prizes and the MVP prizes for this tournament, so we would love to thank Rydell Skates once again for being a major sponsor of Maple Stirrup.
Stabia, number 22 for the Harlots, going up against 7-11 Pidiafu for Plan B. Mike, does that Cap? Does that count as a lead change that we had just a second ago?
It does actually count as a lead change. That's correct. And Stabia fighting against Praying Mantis, this time in a blocker roll, and getting out of the pack, getting lead jammer. Track cut is going to send number 250. That's Betty Shreds to the penalty box for Hammer City, and out of the pack now is Pidiafu.
She took a hard hit there by Taco Bella, but she managed to keep her skates and make it out. Not affecting Stabia very much, though. She's into the middle of the pack, but here comes Pidiafu right up to the back.
And the jam gets called off, but a little bit too late by Stabia. 2 points stolen by Pidiafu, 4 points gained by Hammer City. Still a 4-2 advantage, but those late call-offs causing a little bit of difficulty. 5-6 is the score early on in this game. Tri-Cities Plan B in the lead. 5-7. They must have had 3 points.
I swear that said 6-5 a second ago.
That's announcer math. As soon as we say something, it changes.
All right, for Plan B on the gem line, 1321 Meow Wallace, and for the Harlots, 9mm Murder She Rolled.
And again, Meow Wallace, one of those skaters from the travel team of Tri-City Thunder, also doing double duty on Plan B. Lead jammer for Tri-City in the white.
Easily on the inside, skates a quick jaunt around Guillotina to get her first 5-point Grand Slam of this bout.
Meow Wallace coming up to the back. There's a big old wall of black that is standing there waiting for her. Megantron playing some defense, breaking up that wall, allowing Meow Wallace to get through the pack. Also escaping was the jammer for HCRG, but 4 more points for Meow Wallace, a 9-point jam. That'll bring Tri-City up to 16 to the 5 of the Hammer City Harlots.
Murder She Rolled was just stuck behind 2 of the Tri-City blockers there and just pushing for all her might. when she finally got out, it got shut down. You know, almost feel sorry for her for a quick second there.
I know, all that hard work. But, that is the role of the jammer who is not lead. If you try to get out of the pack, you can stem the bleeding. Exactly what she needed to do. Yes, all that effort was made, but it ends up being successful in the long run.
Fist-a-crusher for the Harlots in the black, and Praying Mantis for Plan B in the white.
Saw this matchup in the first jam of the game. Praying Mantis got lead jammer in that first jam, also getting lead jammer in this one.
Fist-a-crusher getting a hard time behind Cannonball Doll. Hard hit there by Susie Slam. Meanwhile, Praying Mantis gets bounced out to the outside. She's recycled to the rear.
Yeah, Lilith No Fair also playing a pivotal key to the blocking core that was holding Fist-a-crusher in there, but she has escaped. Praying Mantis going to have to be careful. Knocked to the outside by Typhoid Maggie as she calls out the jam. Did pick up all 4 blocker points. That'll roll Tri-City up to the score of 20. Hammer City Harlots still at 5 points, and we've got 5 minutes gone in this game, which means 25 minutes left in the first half, Obi.
Harlots with number 7, Little Red Roller Hood, and Plan B is number 4, Psychosonic.
Little Red Rollerhead and Psychosonic have been facing each other earlier in this game. We'll see how they do this time. Psychosonic had a fairly easy time getting lead last time. Pinned Little Red Rollerhead to the outside, moved to the inside, finds her way through the pack, through the front, lead jammer. And there's Commander Will Recker doing a nice job of knocking Little Red Rollerhead to the inside and drawing her back. That's going to let Psychosonic into the pack and score some points, Obi.
Psychosonic actually had to step over one of the Harlots to start to get out of the pack in the first place, and she just did it deftly, hop, skip, and a jump, and was straight out.
Nice 360 move by Psychosonic to get her on Guillotina and pick up those 5 points for Tri-City's Plan B. She's in the pack looking to get through on another scoring pass. Little Red Rollerhead has been completely shut down. That's another 5, Obi. 10 on this jam so far for Psychosonic.
Little Red Rollerhead almost made it up. That time it got bumped into the middle by Lippy Wrong Stockings and Commander Will Recker, and she gets recycled all the way to the back, providing one more Grand Slam for Psychosonic.
Yeah, I'm not sure the wall from the Harlots saw Psychosonic coming through on that last pass. An easy 5. She's at 15. She blasts her way through that wall, picks up a final 4 before calling it off. A big 19-point jam for Psychosonic. Tri-City had been at 20 before this jam started. She almost doubles them up. She goes to 39 on the scoreboard for the team in white.
On the jam line for the Harlots in black, number 22, Avastabia. For Plan B, number 711, Pitia Fu.
Both teams going with a fairly consistent jammer rotation early on in this game.
Bit of a delay there as the jammers are looking at what their best path is. Pitia Fu quickly finds her way, dodging and weaving through the pack, gets lead jammer for Plan B.
Some nice offensive blocking trying to spring Avastabia by the Harlots, but the Harlots unable to get her out of the pack before Pitia Fu comes around and comes into the back wall of black. Now Pitia Fu trying to accelerate that wall forward as Avastabia is being cycled back once again by Susie Slam and Cannonball Doll.
And there she goes. Pitia Fu gets out, 5-point Grand Slam, while Praying Mantis is basically on her toe stops the entire time as Avastabia is just trying to shopping cart her way through them.
Pitia Fu with a nice move from the outside to the inside. It was wide open for her. She takes another 5 points away from the Harlots and puts it on her side of the scoreboard. Avastabia finally out of the pack.
And they had to let her go. Pack was getting too spread out there.
Pitia Fu absorbing a nice hit by Taco Bella. Taco Bella preserving her point with that hit. Pitia Fu with another 3 and Plan B at 52 now.
Murder She Rolled in the black, Meow Wallace in the white. Still, nobody in the penalty box. It's been very short on penalties for the first 9 minutes of this game so far.
Yeah, I can only remember one skater so far going. I'm sure there's been more than one penalty, but it feels like there's only been one call that I remember in the first 10 minutes, Obi.
Meow Wallace out first. Lead jammer goes to plan B. Now, is it the theory that if you don't get a lot of penalties, you're not trying hard enough, but if you get people getting fouled out, you're trying too hard?
That is a very good theory. I like to talk about that with skaters when I'm coaching them, that sometimes getting penalties is a good thing. It means that you're playing on the edge where sometimes you need to be. Jam gets called off. 4 points given to Tri-City Plan B. Now at 56-5 of the Harlots from Hammer City, the host team, the host B team for Maple Stirrup.
Once again, Praying Mantis going up against Fista Crusher.
Once again, 5-on-5 roller derby action. Whistle sends them on the way. Fista Crusher trying to bull her way through on the outside, but it's Praying Mantis finding a gap in the wall that Fista Crusher could not get through and getting lead jammer, and now she's already around and scoring points, Obi.
That was threading the needle getting that one through. She had 1 foot in and 1 foot in the air. Oh, but then
came in a bit hot, Obi. A back block to Praying Mantis sends her to the penalty box. That means Fista Crusher is the only jammer on the track, and the Hamilton Harlots have a power jam.
I know why that happened. I was just praising her, wasn't I?
Yes, that's exactly how it works. Anything that you say is good will turn bad immediately.
It's amazing how much money I owe.
5 points for Fista Crusher. That doubles the Harlots score. They're up to 10 now. Power jam continuing. Standing in the penalty box is Praying Mantis. So her time is nearly expired in these shortened 30-second penalties that we play under the 2014 rule set. Another 5 points for Fista Crusher. Now the Harlots up to 15. Power jam over. Both jammers back on the track now, Obi.
Yeah, the Harlots really had to take that opportunity because they're not getting a whole lot of them this game so far to rack up the points because Tri-City is really kind of running away with this so far.
That Praying Mantis was lead jammer when she picked up that penalty and was on a scoring pass. She got 4 points when she came out of the penalty box. Now completing a grand slam this time around. 5 points for Plan B. Getting that penalty means that she lost lead jammer status. That also means we're going to go with a full 2 minutes. Those jams can be exhausting.
And of which there's only 16 seconds remaining in that, so let's see if she can get through again.
Another nickel on the board for Tri-City. And Fista Crusher trying to get through the last lines of defense. Lilith No Fair does not want to let her go, but she's going to have to. And right on her tail is Praying Mantis. 4 more points for Tri-City, 4 points for the Harlots. And we'll just check and see what the scoreboard says now.
19 for the Harlots, 74 for Plan B.
So that ends up being a 14-point jam for the Harlots and an 18-point jam for Plan B. So Plan B, even though they picked up the jammer penalty, still managing to outscore the Harlots in that jam. But it's nice for the Harlots to finally break that 5. They've been stuck there for a while. So 14 extra points helps their cause.
Jammer rotation is still very consistent. Psychosonic up against Little Red Roller Hood, and once again, Psychosonic out first, getting lead jammer for Plan B.
Yeah, Tri-City consistently getting lead jammer in this game. Little Red Roller Hood going up against Commander Will Wrecker. Commander Will Wrecker lets her go. That means Psychosonic's going to have to be careful, and she gets those hands to those hips quickly as she gets through the pack. 4 more points, Obi.
Yeah, that's all she wants. I've heard that Derby is won and lost on your 4 in the door or your 9-pointers.
That sounds wise, Obi. It does.
I didn't make it up. I just heard somebody say it.
Well, if it's stuck in your brain, it must mean something, right?
I would think so.
Right back into the action. Taco Bella just about done with her penalty. We've had at least 3 trips to the box now, so penalties are really picking up in this game.
There we go. Stabia for the Harlots. Pidiafu for Plan B in the white. Both jammers in the middle of a derby sandwich. Pidiafu out first, keeping Tri-City's lead jammer reputation intact.
Abastabia coming up against Susie Slam, who does not want to give an inch but loses her as Abastabia gets around to the inside. She's out of the pack. Pidiafu knocked to the inside by Typhoid Maggie. She resets at the back of the pack and comes up against the front. Gets an assist from Andy Slamberg as she calls off the jam. 3 points for the jammer from Plan B.
You know, Kip, I'm going to have to say that the difference in talent between the jammers in here is not very great, but what I'm saying the biggest difference on is the defense, because Plan B's defense is so capturing those jammers and holding on to them for nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, they're able to contain the jammers for 20, 30 seconds in the pack, whereas the Harlots are having difficulty keeping the Tri-City Plan B jammers in the pack for an extended period of time. That is allowing lead jammer to go to Tri-City, and those grand slams racking up, increasing this lead. And there's your first lead jammer for the Harlots.
Murder She Rolled, 9 millimeters. Close on her tail, though. Meow Wallace for Plan B. Both jammers look very fast as they go around turn 2. But then again, the pack's moving very fast as well, so they're really having to push to catch up.
Yeah, Plan B getting all their points to the front of the pack. The low-hanging fruit are all in yellow and black. They're all Harlots. The Murder She Rolled is not going to stop. She keeps on skating. Through the front of the pack is Meow Wallace picking up 4 points. Murder She Rolled deciding to call it off. She picked up 3 points of her own, so a 1-point deficit on the part of the Harlots. But, getting that lead jammer, that's an all-important moment for the Harlots. They know that they can get control of a jam in this game. They know if they push hard, they can start to push back against Plan B.
On the jam line, once again, 1-1-G6 Fister Crusher for the Harlots, 69 Praying Mantis for Plan B. In the white, in case you're watching this on the stream.
Some nice hits by Fista Crusher on Praying Mantis, knocking Praying Mantis to the ground. She stumbles a bit as she has to reset and get up, but she is up first and through the pack, getting past Taco Bella and getting lead jammer for Tri-City.
Fista Crusher takes a hard hit there by Susie Slam, right to her knees. She has to get recycled to the very back. Meanwhile, Praying Mantis just kind of crawls her way Spider-Man-like on the outside, keeping her skates in all the way through 5-point grand slam.
Yeah, using Cannonball Doll as sort of an anchor to pull herself around the wall of the Hammer City skaters. Praying Mantis picking her way through the pack once again. A low block is going to get called on number 451. That's Fahrenheit.
And now the jammers are both out in the free and open spaces. Fista Crusher right behind Praying Mantis as they head into the rear of the pack.
A no pack was called, and Typhoid Maggie gets dinged for a failure to reform. So 2 blockers in the box for the Harlots. 4 points scored by Plan B. They are now at 98 points to the 26 of the Harlots. But it's going to be a 4-on-2 pack advantage for Tri-City. That's going to make stuff much easier for Commander Will Recker, who's jamming for the first time in this game, going up against Little Red Roller Hood.
So we got Bam Bam Bigelow out there as one of the blockers for the Harlots, and 237 Guillotina doesn't stop Commander Will Recker. She gets straight out pretty quickly. Lead jammer goes to the Plan B.
Yeah, those 4-on-2 pack advantages can be deadly. Meow Wallace picking up a failure to reform now. She'll go to the penalty box for Tri-City. But worse news for the Harlots. A back block, the Little Red Roller Hood, is going to send her to the penalty box. It is now a power jam for Commander Will Recker, who already has a 4-point pass to her score.
And only 3 blockers that she has to get through. Dodge and weave. There it is. 5-point grand slam for Plan B.
Plan B doing a good job of keeping this pack at a standstill, using passive offense. It's on your face moving forward. And now Lippy Wrongstocks as well. Veteran skaters on your face. A transfer from Forest City. Lippy Wrongstocking, one of the original members of Tri-City, coming together on the track to provide some nice offense for Commander Will Recker. Tri-City is past the double digits and into triple digits now. We'll be at 112.
I like that Commander Will Recker called it off before Fista Crusher's penalty was done. I've not talked to any coaches about this, but it always sounds like a great idea to start out there all alone.
Yeah, I mean, power starts are an important tool. They are used less under the 30-second penalties, just because you want to take more advantage of the 30 seconds in the box. When you had the 1-minute penalties, you saw them a lot more. But Pidiafu getting lead jammer, so they're really paying off for Tri-City to take that freeze and stop the clock and then reset and get Pidiafu out there for a fresh jammer legs.
Looks like the Harlots defense is showing a little bit more this time. They put up more defense, stopping Pediafu for a few minutes, but she does find her way through on the inside, taking her 5 points and going around again.
Little Red Rollerhead is Praying Mantis and Susie slammed a beat, and she powers her way past them. She is now out of the pack on her initial pass. Pediafu through the pack one final time for 4 points for Tri-City. Tri-City now at 121, a 9-point jam for Pediafu.
10 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. And we're going back to Psychosonic for Plan B in the white. And number 22, Abastabia for the Harlots.
Hammer City with 26 points have been stuck there for a couple of jams. Hammer City the hosts in the black and gold. Tri-City Plan B in the white.
Both jammers sizing each other up there. I think they were actually laughing.
I believe there were smiles. Yes, Obi.
Right out front, Psychosonic parts the waters and makes it out for Plan B, getting lead jammer.
And Abastabia with one to beat. That's Commander Will Records. She's going to get out of the pack now. Not before Psychosonic can get through the pack, call it off with the tap of the hips, and pick up 4 more points for Tri-City.
I think there's only been one jam where Psychosonic hasn't done 4 in the door.
And we are getting ourselves a timeout. And that timeout is going to one of the teams. Let me see if I can see which team it's going to be. I believe it was Hammer City that called the timeout.
There it is.
Not a bad idea with 9 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first half. A little bit of a reset. They're down 125 to 26, so 99-point differential. And, Obi, you know what we like to do with timeouts? We like to give love to our sponsors. Because without sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do these streams where people get to sit at home and listen to us talk about Derby. And we wouldn't be able to have this tournament.
Well, which one do you want me to tell?
Oh, let's talk about Cake and Loaf.
Oh, I love Cake and Loaf.
So good.
So thanks to Cake and Loaf for providing our officials and volunteers with sweet and savory treats throughout the day. Cake and Loaf is a neighborhood bakery dedicated to using local, organic, and fair trade ingredients. Please visit Cake and Loaf at 321 Dundurn Street South or online at cakeandloaf.ca.
And I dare you to go look at cakeandloaf.ca and tell me that stuff does not look good. We are well pleased to have them as a sponsor of Maple Stirrup, keeping us fed.
As a daytime IT guy, I like the fact that they're CA, proving that they're Canadian group.
That's right. That's Praying Mantis through after the timeout, getting lead jammer for Tri-City. Typhoid Maggie taking the star for the first time in the game for the Harlots and picking up a forearm penalty. Little bit too aggressive trying to get through the pack. She's going to the penalty box for 30 seconds. Praying Mantis through the pack and picking up 5 points. Realizing that's a power jam, she's going to keep on rolling, Obi.
She doesn't look like she's in too much of a hurry. She's just going to take this one as it comes. In fact, when you're over 100 points ahead, it's you can be a little bit lax.
Yeah, a nice moment of aggression by Cannonball Doll, springing that wall apart, allowing Praying Mantis through quickly for 5 more points. And here she comes around on another scoring pass. We'll see if Cannonball Doll can do the same thing. Little bit of chaos goes a long way in roller derby. And that chaos moved the blockers out of line, and that allowed Praying Mantis to pick her way through another 5, Obi.
Yeah, the active defense of Tri-City is really proving very effective today in allowing to not only capture the other jammers, but allow their own jammers to get through.
Typhoid Maggie threw on her initial pass finally. Praying Mantis looking to her bench. She's going to call it off. She picks up another 4 points. That's going to put Tri-City's Plan B at 144, a 19-point jam for Praying Mantis. 30 seconds of it was a power jam.
Hammer City still at 26 for the last 4 jams.
On the Copy Dog jammer line, we've got Meow Wallace for Tri-City going up against number 9, Murder She Rolled for the Harlots. Murder She Rolled getting lead jammer, the first lead jammer of the game for the Harlots last time she was out there. Let's see if she can get success the second time in a row.
They have a full contingent of blockers out there. No one's in the sin bin. And it looks like Murder She Rolled is almost out there. There she goes. She got it first. Lead jammer going to the Harlots.
So Murder She Rolled may be figuring something out of the Plan B defense. Someone's lost a toe stop on the track. Is being rescued by a tall glass of water. Murder She Rolled coming through the pack, looking to pick off some Tri-City Plan B points. She gets the hands of the hips. How many points did she get? Two of them, and that was Murder She Rolled's toe stop. So it's a good thing she didn't try to throw a tomahawk down.
It's because I just said they only had 26 of the last 4.
That's what happens every time. You know that. It's the magic. It's the magic of the broadcast call. No matter what you do, you're going to be wrong.
I suppose with great power comes great responsibility, though.
Or a complete lack of responsibility. It happens sometimes.
Fista Crusher. Pity a Foo on the jam line.
The Copy Dog jam line.
I said that just quietly.
5-on-5 pack once again grinding its way across the pivot line into turn 1, rotating through the apex, trying to move through turn 2, starting to pick up speed a little bit, making it a little easier for the jammers to find gaps, but Pity a Foo has not escaped. Fista Crusher stuck at the back, and see what I said? Pity a Foo has not escaped, and she did.
Yeah, Pity a Foo took it to one skate and made it all the way on the outside. Now she's all the way back around, re-engaging. She's got 4, almost holding hands that she's got to get through. Now she's down to 2 as it gets too far spread out, and they have to make that. And then through, and there's her nickel in the bank.
Fista Crusher was playing chicken with Andy Slamberg at the back of the pack. Rushes her way forward. She's going to get out of the pack on her initial pass. Pity a Foo is in the pack looking for another scoring pass. Gets a little bump from Praying Mantis, who then gives her a little shove to push her forward. 4 points, a little love tap from her own blocker, and then a little assist from the same skater. Always entertaining when that happens.
You can watch the track awareness as Pity a Foo escapes from the pack, looks to find the other jammer, sees where she is, and then thinks at that point, hey, is this the time where I should be shutting it down?
We should probably thank Mill Street Brewery. They are the beer sponsor of the Hammer City Roller Girls. You can find their beer here at the venue, and you can also find it at fine restaurants, pubs, the beer store, and the LCBO. If you're in Ontario, elsewhere, I don't know. You'll have to take a look around for them.
Psychosonic for Plan B out first, getting lead jammer. Little Red Roller Hood for the Harlots, still stuck in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, Commander Will Recker going inverted, blocking on Little Red Rollerhead, really standing her up, then having to let her go. And Psychosonic was through for 5.
Psychosonic going to call it off quickly this time. Did she catch it in time? Nope. Lost one there.
Yeah, Little Red Rollerhead with some nice hustle at the end of the jam, picking up that single point. Points have been hard to come by for the Hammer City Harlots in this half. So she's got to be pretty pleased that not having lead jammer, she managed to put another point on the board for the team in black.
Abastabia up against Praying Mantis. Now, I haven't seen Abastabia out there being a blocker, but that doesn't mean she wasn't. But I have so very definitely seen Praying Mantis. She's like doing double duty today.
She is. She's jamming one and resting one, blocking one and resting one. They're keeping her in high rotation out there. And getting lead jammer once again for Plan B.
Proving, I suppose, that she can take that.
Yeah, she's got some pretty good endurance. A lot of experience from Thunder is serving her well in this B team game.
Abastabia trying to get past the wall of white there. Lilith No Fair trying not to let her go.
Oh.
She lost her footing, fell outside. Meanwhile, Praying Mantis in the confusion just slides right through. No challenge there.
And that was Pity a Foo, who also is doing a jamming, blocking rotation for Tri-City. Pity a Foo with the assist to Lilith No Fair, providing that knockback on Abastabia. Praying Mantis through for another 5 points. Taco Bella unable to contain her in the pack. And there goes Abastabia on her initial pass. Susie Slam with a little pop to Typhoid Maggie as they try to keep her at the back of the pack as a goat. Weaving her way through the line is Praying Mantis. Hands go to the hips. 4 points go into the air. And Tri-City now at 172 to the Harlots. 29 with just about 2.5 minutes left in the half. We're heading into last jam territory.
And on the Copy Dog Jam line, see, you heard it that time.
Good work.
Murder She Rolled for the Harlots. Meow Wallace for Tri-City Plan B.
Jam underway once again, as we have seen most of this game. 5-on-5 roller derby action. Penalties have been few and far between, something I have appreciated, seeing lots of blocker action on the track. Guillotina having to let Meow Wallace go. Lead jammer going to the skater from Tri-City.
Murder She Rolled still looking for her path through. Not having a lot of luck. She even has a blocker or two with her, helping her out. Nope, they've abandoned her now. Meanwhile, Meow Wallace all the way through with another nickel in the bank for insurance for Tri-City.
Failure to reform going to Bam Bam Bigelow. Just as I said, there was few penalties. Bam Bam picks up a pack destruction, failure to reform penalty. Jam gets called off, no additional points. 181-29 is the score. We will get one more jam in as we have a little over a minute to go in the half. Varnetta is a proud and long-time supporter of the Hammer City Roller Girls, located at 592 Upper James in Hamilton. Varnetta is your local destination for longboards, skateboards, and roller derby equipment needs. Stock up on derby essentials at Varnetta.
Tri-City putting Cannonball Doll, number 64, out there as the jammer for this jam, going up against Fista Crusher for the Harlots.
That'll be Cannonball Doll's first jam of this game. Not going to get lead jammer, though, because that's going to Fista Crusher for the Harlots. A nice way to perhaps end the first half for the Harlots.
Cannonball Doll not too far behind, about half a track. So Fista Crusher's probably going to slide through and call it off. That's my guess.
It gets bumped to the outside by Andy Slamberg. Picked up a single point before calling that off. Now, we do have less than 30 seconds remaining in the period, so unless someone's willing to call a timeout to get one more jam in, we will let the period clock tick down. We're going to see what the coaches do.
We'll just do this in silence.
That's right. Tick, 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 1-0. That's the half. So, yeah, I guess both teams pretty pleased or happy enough with letting the clock tick out. Hammer City obviously going to need to reset at halftime. Little inspiring speech to get them back onto their game. Currently at 30 points, the host B team, the Hammer City Harlots, and leading by a significant margin is Tri-City's Plan B.
Yeah, the only conversation they need to have their coach right now is keep doing what you're doing, because they've got it down right now.
It is working out fairly well for Tri-City so far with a score of 172-30, 142-point lead for the team from Tri-City. 45 minutes down the road in Kitchener-Waterloo again. It is where the WFTDA Division II playoff will be happening in 2 weeks. If you have not looked at getting tickets to come to see that live, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be some fantastic roller derby action. Oh, be serious. I know you're going to be there calling games.
Oh, I am so very definitely going to be there. Plus, Kitchener-Waterloo, I was born and raised there. It's a fantastic place to be. Everything is lovely. The people are nice, and there's a lot of beer.
There is, and
very German.
And in 2 weekends, a lot of roller derby. Anyways, I'm Captain Lou Bammo. Oh, be serious has been on the mic with me. This is halftime. We're taking a break, and we'll be back in about 8 or so minutes. back to the Morgan Firestone Arena in Ancaster, Ontario for the game number 4 of Maple Stirrup. It is a B team matchup between Tri-City Roller Derby's Plan B and the host Hammer City Roller Girl Harlots. Rather one-sided first half, but we'll see how the second half rolls out, Obi.
Absolutely. The Harlots had a long conversation with their coach, and I'm going to assume that in there was, the number one thing that you got to pick up by your socks here is your defense. Your offense is pretty good. Your jammers are doing very well, but the question is, stop that Tri-City jammer from getting through.
Yeah, just a couple more seconds of delay would allow their jammer an opportunity to get the lead jammer, and lead jammer will be key in the second half. Not a lot of lead jammer statuses for the Harlots in that first half. Scoring in the first half, Fista Crusher is the top scorer for the Harlots. She's got 20 of the 30 points. Abastabia has 4. Murder She Rolled has 5. And Little Red Roller had picked up a single. Over on the other side, it's pretty much jamming by committee. Everybody's putting points on the board for Tri-City. We've got Psychosonic with 36. Pity a Foo with 37. Meow Wallace with 26. Commander Will Wrecker with 14. In Praying Mantis, the big scorer with 68 points, Obi.
Psychosonic starting this one off with Fista Crusher, but Psychosonic for Plan B getting lead jammer very quickly once again. Fista Crusher getting bounced to the outside. She gets recycled behind Megantron and Lippy Wrongstockings, while Psychosonic is re-engaged.
Out of the pack is Fista Crusher, so this will be a one and done, I believe. We'll see how much time they want to kill. 5 points have been gained by Psychosonic. Fista Crusher approaching the back of the pack, and the hands go to the hips. So nice work on the part of Tri-City, getting those 5 points, but also taking as much time off the clock as they possibly can, preserving that lead, which is, again, quite extensive against the Harlots.
Yeah, you can see Psychosonic just following there, watching, waiting with her hands raised to tap her hips once Fista Crusher got too close to the rear of the pack. Pity a Foo,
Go ahead.
Pity a Foo in the white for Tri-City up against Little Red Roller Hood for the Harlots.
Jamming away, Pity a Foo pushing hard against the backs of number 45, that's Miscarriage. And number 3, that is Diamond Cutter. Miscarriage has skated on the A team in the past, currently playing on the Harlots in this game this weekend. Pity a Foo is lead jammer. Little Red Rollerhead with one to beat. That's Cannonball Doll. She gets past. She's out of the pack for the Harlots.
Pity a Foo re-engaging in the back. Tri-City has managed to split up the Harlots' defense. That allows Pity a Foo to just slide down the middle, easily getting all the way through. Picks up 4 points. Single point going to the Harlots.
That's right. Little Red Rollerhead did that in the first half as well. She only had a single point in the first half. She did not get lead jammer, but she put some nice hustle on, stole one in the first half, stealing another point again in the second half for the Harlots. Harlots may not be winning this game, but you got to take a little bit of solace every time you manage to score points when you don't have lead.
Abastabia for the Harlots, Meow Wallace for Plan B. Ooh. Meow Wallace taking a little bit of a spill into the inside. Abastabia taking a bit of spill into the outside. So they're just doing tit for tat there.
That's Typhoid Maggie, the pivot for the Harlots. She also plays on the A team. Did not play earlier today, but playing for the Harlots today, doing a nice job of blocking in the back, and that's going to do exactly what you said the Harlots needed to do, slow up the jammer for Tri-City, and that allows Abastabia to pick up lead jammer.
Meow Wallace actually having a very hard time there. Last hit by Typhoid Maggie, but she does make it into the free and open spaces, while Abastabia re-engages with Tri-City's blockers. Commander Will Wrecker right there.
And Abastabia with some very aggressive jammer, absorbing the hit from Will Wrecker, absorbing some hits from Lippy Wrongstock, and calling off the jam. 2 points stolen at the end by Tri-City, but 4 points for Abastabia in that jam. Nice work on the part of the Harlots.
And that's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to make catch this up. I still don't think it's completely out of reach, but they'd really have to pull them up.
Murder She Rolled taking the star for the Harlots in the black. 69 is Praying Mantis, a top scorer for Tri-City in the white.
Praying Mantis just pushing her way, dodges to the right, finds the hole right there. Murder She Rolled still stuck in the pack. She's got 3 Tri-City blockers in front of her. Oh, now only 2 as Lilith No Fair lets her go. Meanwhile, Praying Mantis slides right by her. Now Praying Mantis actively engaging Murder She Rolled.
Murder She Rolled more than happy to play Jammer Bash as they go around this track. And Praying Mantis with a nice little hustle to get that single point before she calls it off after having a couple little collisions on the back half of the track with Murder She Rolled.
And you watch Praying Mantis as she knew she was just going to skate in and call it off. She's watching where the first blocker's hips are, waiting for her hips to pass the other hips, and then she just hits it off.
Yeah, she continues to get better as a jammer. Again, her experience on Thunder serving her well in this game, but showing that she knows how to get it done at the B level as well. Psycho Sonic taking the star for Tri-City. It's Fista Crusher for the Harlots. Both jammers side by side as the pack gets pushed forward through turn 1 into turn 2. Psycho Sonic is lead, but she's going to have to cycle herself back. Commander Will Wrecker able to cycle back Fista Crusher. Commander Will Wrecker going to the penalty box for her trouble. And Will Wrecker Psycho Sonic is your lead jammer, but Fista Crusher also out of the pack at the same time.
Fista Crusher had to go through the crucible of Megantron and Lippy Wrong stockings there, and she looks a little bit worse for wear. Oh, a little bit of a trip and a fall. Psycho Sonic looks like she's playing with Fista Crusher a little bit there.
Perhaps trying to eat the baby. I suspect she's trying to kill the 30-second penalty that Commander Will Wrecker picked up earlier on in this jam, trying to even things out. Will Wrecker is standing in the penalty box now as Psycho Sonic hits the pack. It's knocked out of bounds by Fahrenheit. No points for Hammer City, and a single point for Psycho Sonic after all that effort, and she did kill the penalty. However, Lippy Wrongstocking picks up a penalty at the end of that jam.
So just in and out there?
Just in and out. And we talked about how few penalties there were in the first half. Commander Will Wrecker and Lippy Wrongstockings picking up a penalty each in that jam. Tri-City only had 2 penalties in the first half. So as many penalties in that jam as they had in the entire first half. There was a timeout just as the clock was about to expire on the interval time. We're going to get an official review, I believe, by Hammer City. I saw the big O being indicated, and there's a huddle going on. Parking Lot is the head ref of this game, I believe. And he will be determining whether this official review will be won or lost by Tri-City Plan B.
Well, let me take this opportunity for this official timeout to talk about Dr. Disc. Yes, Dr. Disc has been an essential destination for music lovers in downtown Hamilton since 1991. Dr. Disc sells new, used, and imported CDs, LPs, and DVDs, and DJ equipment and related accessories. They are supplying Hammer City with all their sound needs for this season. Hold on. That says LPs.
They do. They sell albums. They sell vinyl at Dr. Disc.
That's awesome. I actually still have a record player at home. I definitely got to go check this out.
Yeah, Dr. Disc is a fantastic store. And the sad thing is that I actually remember when they opened up back in 1991.
I still have Frank Zappa's Freak Out
Nice.
on vinyl. That is my absolute prize collection.
Some albums need to be owned on the vinyl and played with a needle.
Looks like we're about ready to go again. Pity a Foo, Little Red Roller Hood.
We will get a little bit of clarification from Tyler Swift, our alt ref. He's telling Obi right now what went on during that official review. Jam is underway. Pity a Foo and Little Red Rollerhead trying to get out of the pack. Little Red Rollerhead with only 2 to beat, but it's Praying Mantis and Lilith No Fair, and lead jammer is going to go to Pity a Foo. Obi, do you have a clarification on that OR?
Yep. Hammer City thought that Psychosonic hadn't called off the jam before she went out of bounds. So that's what the question was, and the determination was no, she had actually called it before she had skated out.
Fair enough. Official review used by the Harlots in the second half. They will not get to use it again. Pidiafu is around the track and in the pack looking to score points for Tri-City. That is Little Red Roller Hood being beaten up by the blockers and Wayne Pidiafu going head-to-head with Miscarriage and picking up 5 points for Tri-City. Tri-City now past the 200 mark. Little Red Roller Hood through the pack as well. She's completed her initial pass.
Pidiafu somehow sensing where Little Red Roller Hood was. I didn't even see her look, but she knew. She called it off before she got there.
So 3 more points put Tri-City Plan B at 212. The Harlots at 35. Just over 22 minutes remaining in this game. Tri-City with a commanding lead, and it is number 22 for the Harlots, Abastabia, and 13-21 Meow Wallace for Plan B up on the copy dog jammer line. Ready to get another jam underway. 5-on-5 roller derby action again.
So does it negate the jinx if I say there's nobody in the penalty box right now? 4-on-4 for blocker action.
Now you know that's going to cause a penalty.
Except that maybe it's going to cause a pileup in the 401 is what.
Yeah, apparently, but no penalty, and lead jammer going to the Harlots jammer. Abastabia Mia Wallace was trapped under a pile of skaters and was unable to get out first. Now out of the pack for Tri-City, but Abastabia has the ability to call off this jam when she wants, as she is lead jammer. She's in the pack, trying to pick off points. A huge hit by Commander Will Wrecker. And she's all right.
She doesn't look happy, though.
No, she doesn't look happy. She got up very quickly, and she did pick up a single point for the Harlots.
Meow Wallace was flying around the track there, catching up very quickly, and Abastabia was having a difficult time getting through. So my guess is that she just was frustrated that she didn't get further than she wanted, as far as she wanted to.
So that single point puts 36 as the total on the Harlot side of the scoreboard. 212 for the Plan B team.
Cannonball Doll, number 64 for Plan B. 9mm Murder She Rolled. Okay, that's cute. A little bit of back and forth do-si-do going on at the back by the Jammers. Cannonball Doll makes it out first this time for Plan B.
Cannonball Doll out first, getting chased by Murder She Rolled. She's got about a third of a lap lead on her right now. Cannonball Doll coming around on a scoring pass, gets one as she gets past Miscarriage, crashes into the wall in front, picked up 2 more. 3 points for Cannonball Doll. And yeah, very interesting jammer on jammer blocking at the beginning of that jam. Cannonball Doll getting the better of it in the end.
Plan B at 2:15. Harlots at 36. Exactly 20 minutes remaining.
The 5 seconds are announced, and on the copy dog jammer line is Psychosonic and Fista Crusher. And they again are going to play some jammer on jammer bash-a-thon.
That was just the shoulder do-si-do, if you will. It's like, let's see whose shoulder's going to crash first in a Darwinian game of shoulder strength. Psychosonic out first, though, gets lead jammer status for Plan B.
Yeah, it's almost like they count 1, 2, 3 while bashing each other on the shoulders. Psychosonic trying to get an apex jump, picked off midair by Taco Bella. They're both laughing as she gets cycled to the back. Psychosonic knowing that apex jump went horribly wrong when Taco Bella saw her.
It literally went sideways.
Yep. Knocked to the inside is Psychosonic. She calls off the jam and picks up 4 points. Gets a little pat on the back from Taco Bella as she returns to her bench. You gotta love it when the skaters smash each other and then compliment each other for the big hit that you just put on me. I love that.
That's the other part I love. Other thing I love about roller derby is they play to win and they play hard to win, but they're great friends all at the same time.
Looks like Praying Mantis is taking a bit of a break from the jammer rotation. Pidiafu is going to be jamming this time, going with Little Red Roller Hood. Praying Mantis is inverted blocking and holding down that blocking wall of Tri-City. Doing a good job of it, too, as Little Red Roller Hood's trapped to the back, and Pidiafu is lead jammer for Tri-City.
Little Red Roller Hood. Yeah, cutting the track. She was forced into that cut. And she fell for it, and there she goes into the penalty box. This is going to be 30 seconds for Pidiafu. plus the time it takes her to get there. Getting it called right around turn 2 is actually very advantageous to the other team as well, because you got to spend a good 10 seconds getting there. So that's a plus right on top of your penalty.
Absolutely true, Obi. Sirius's power jam continues. Only 2 power jams in the first half for Tri-City. This is the first one of the second half. Tri-City only giving up 1 power jam in the first half. One of their 2 penalties that they took in the first half was a jammer penalty. But this jam continues as a power jam for Pidiafu. Little Red Roller Hood is out of the penalty box now. Power jam is over. Pidiafu absorbing a hit from Guillotina. Now working to get past Miscarriage, and does so, getting 5 points and calling off the jam.
Pidiafu was not taking that easy either. She could have just rolled around there all casual like, because she really doesn't have to fight that hard. But she was pushing every second of it. I think that shows a lot to the character of Plan B.
Yeah, I mean the B team skaters, they want their fill of track time when they get out there. They want to get extra experience. You skate on the home teams, you come out, you play on the B team. You want to get as much track experience as you can, and yeah, Pidiafu not taking it lightly at all.
Commander Will Recker for Plan B, and Murder She Rolled for the Harlots. Murder She Rolled pushed it in the center, recycled. Meantime, Commander Will Recker, lead jammer.
Yeah, Lippy Wrongstocking and Megantron able to draw Murder She Rolled back, allowing Will Recker to get out of the pack and pick up lead jammer. She's now around the track and trying to get through on the inside. Not enough guarding of the line on the Harlot blockers, and that's going to be 5 points for Commander Will Recker.
As a Trekkie, I'm really loving all the all the names today. There's been a lot of Star Trek references.
That's right. Leslie Crusher and Commander Will Recker is Spock on London as well. So pushed to the inside is Commander Will Recker. She's going to have to reset. Bodies tumble to the ground as balance is lost. Through the outside now is Commander Will Recker. She calls off the jam. 4 more points for Tri-City. 16 minutes remaining in the game.
This next jam is brought to you by the Community Car Share. Community Car Share is Ontario's first car sharing organization. It is a non-profit co-op which provides its members access to vehicles on a self-serve, pay-for-use basis. For more information on how to get around town, save money, and be easier on the environment, and to sign up today, visit the Car Share table or online at communitycarshare.ca.
CommunityCarShare.ca. It's a good place to check out if you are interested in being part of a car co-op. Another jamming away. It's Andy Slamberg taking the star for the first time in this game. Has been known to jam in the past, getting lead jammer and now getting 5 points for Tri-City.
It almost looked like they parted the ways for her, like they didn't know that she was coming.
Andy Slamberg is pretty good at wedging her way through those walls. She does it once again. That time only 4 points.
Didn't even look like it was any trouble for her. It's like, excuse me, I just need to get through here.
The gate was locked and then quickly opened by Andy Slamberg. Jam called off. A 5 and a 4 is 9 points for Tri-City's Plan B. 257 is the score on their side of the scoreboard. 40 points for the Harlots. And again, we should give some love to Rydell Skates. They are a tournament sponsor. They are providing raffle prizes and prizes for the tournament MVPs, which will be awarded at the end of the next game. 1 jammer and 1 blocker from the 4 teams participating will be given prizes.
Typhoid Maggie for the Harlots, Psychosonic for Plan B. Typhoid Maggie recycled, while Psychosonic up near the front. She's only got 1 more to get past. Swing. Hard hit takes her out. She gets recycled all the way back. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's her new friend Taco Bella. Taco Bella was out of play just after that hit, so she had to cycle herself back. That allowed Psychosonic to get back in without taking the penalty, and again being knocked to the inside. And that time Taco Bella a bit too much in the out of play. She'll go to the penalty box. That means Psychosonic has 5 points and is now playing jammer defense.
So Commander Will Recker going to have a sit as well. We got jammer on jammer action there.
Oh, and Betty Shred. The huge hit on Psychosonic. Betty shreds with a big pop on Psychosonic at the end, forces her to call it off, maybe regretting engaging that wall one final time, Obi, before she decided to call it off.
Yeah, she still smiled as she got up there. Hey, it looks like jamming for the first time this afternoon for Plan B. Number 37, Lilith No Fair, going up against number 7, Little Red Roller Hood of the Harlots. 3 blockers each side. Lilith looking to push her way past while Little Red Roller Hood recycled to the rear. And Lilith No Fair makes it out for Plan B, lead jammer.
Tri-City jamming by committee in the second half, trying to give everybody a chance to have the star in their head. Pity a Foo is going to the penalty box for Tri-City, so that gets rid of one blocker. Bam Bam Bigelow can't keep Lilith No Fair in the pack. Lilith No Fair is going to go through for 5 points, and Little Red Rolling Hood picking up a track cut, and it is now a power jam for Lilith No Fair.
Susie Slam, not realizing that she was already heading to the box, give her a good hard push out. They had a little laugh about that as she realized.
That's a second 5 for Lilith No Fair, and she's coming around for more. Commander Will Recker coming in and stopping short, but accelerates that pack forward just enough to give Lilith No Fair an advantage. Only miscarriage to beat, and she does. 5 more points for Tri-City Plan B and Lilith No Fair.
Tri-City's blocker in Pity of Fu comes back. So while there's still a power jam going on, all the blockers are back on the track. Lilith No Fair getting stuck now that there's 4 there.
Lilith No Fair fighting hard at the front of the pack. Bam Bam Bigelow and Taco Bella have to let her go. Someone's getting the chop. That's Taco Bella. 2 jams in a row. She goes to the penalty box.
Now maybe there's a connection there between tacos and sitting down.
A nice sweep from the outside to the inside by Praying Mantis breaks up that wall for Lilith No Fair. Lilith No Fair continuing to run as she has lead jammer. Only 8 seconds left in this jam. Lilith No Fair on another scoring pass, another 5 points. A huge jam for the first time jammer of this in this game for Lilith No Fair. Tri-City Plan B at 292, and if my math is correct, I believe that was a 35-point jam for Lilith No Fair, and a timeout by the Harlots. Now there's also going to be MVPs apparently at the end of this game. The B team get their own MVP prizes.
Who chooses those ones?
I believe the teams get to choose those ones. Whereas the MVPs of the tournament, I believe, are being chosen by a bunch of loudmouths who've been standing around all day talking about roller derby.
Yes, those who can't, talk about it.
But yeah, I mean, we have seen some great derby today. We've seen Calgary come in from Alberta and do a real number on the teams here. They knocked off Rideau Valley, who was ranked number 47. They also really took it to Forest City in the game previous to this one. We're going to see Hammer City, the hosts, face off against Rideau Valley in the final game of Maple Stirrup at the end of this game in about half an hour. We still have 10 and a half minutes remaining in this game, so they'll need a little time to warm up. But I'm expecting both Rideau Valley and Hammer City really want to take out some frustration on the track. And I'm expecting a lot of hard hitting in that game between two teams that like to be vigorous to their opponents.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
And we go from a timeout to an official timeout. We're just going to look and see what's going to happen after this. But again, yes, Rydell is really one of the major sponsors of this tournament. We couldn't have done it without them providing prizes, providing raffle prizes. You know, if you had come down to Maple Stirrup, you could have bought tickets in the raffle. They're giving away a pair of Blue Streak roller skates, fantastic boots, a great prize for any roller derby skater out there, whether you play or just skate leisurely. So next time, book a ticket to Maple Stirrup to watch in person.
Abastabia going up against Lippy Wrongstockings this time for Plan B. Lippy out first, getting lead jammer for plan B, but not too far behind. Abastabia makes it past Meow Wallace. Actually, she's forced to, and Meow Wallace taking the penalty for the pleasure.
She has a smile on her face. I believe there's only 3 skaters left on the bench of Tri-City that have not jammed in this game. We'll see if any of them get in the last 10 minutes. Lippy wrong-stocking, showing that the older skaters can get it done as well. 4 points. 2 points given up to the Harlots, though, so maybe a little slow.
I consider that a success. Any jam that you can walk away from?
Yes. Well, given what's happened earlier on this game, that is completely true. Sometimes those injuries are fairly hard to watch.
It's like Murder, She Rolled, and...
That's Andy Slamberg.
Okay, couldn't tell. Andy Slamberg out first. Murder, She Rolled almost made it up, but Susie Slam gave her a bit of a push going around to the outside. Her momentum took her too far, so she had to get recycled. While Andy Slamberg re-engaging.
Ref takeout by Murder, She Rolled. Jammer ref seems to be all right as she continues along with Andy Slamberg. 5 points earned by the jammer from Tri-City. Murder, She Rolled getting mugged to the inside by Susie Slam once again. Susie Slam having to reset herself, but Murder, She Rolled also resetting to the back. 5 more points, and Andy Slamberg quickly through the pack once again. Obi?
We need a special term for when a skater takes out a ref. So anyone on the stream, please tweet us or send emails into Hammer City with your ideas of what the special term can be when a skater accidentally, obviously, takes out a zebra.
4 points for Tri-City, 310-42 is the score, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Yes, if you are watching us at home and you have access to Twitter and you want to use a hashtag to tell us what's going on, Talk2, that's the number 2, Talk2 MSU, Maple Stirrup, and you can say what you want to say. I can't guarantee we're going to listen to you, but someone's going to be reading it. We got Twitter knots out there giving you information at hashtag Maple Stirrup, and Talk2MSU will get your thoughts to us. Jamming away, and Commander Will Recker is your lead jammer very quickly. Still stuck in the pack is Fista Crusher. She's got Psychosonic to beat, and she does, completing her initial pass. Commander Will Recker now in the pack, knocked to the ground, resets, and with renewed vigor finds her way through and finds 4 points, calls it off. Was she a bit late? The answer is yes. 3 points given up.
Way too late. The Harlots were keeping the pack completely stationary. They did not want to move that. And they're just holding that line there, waiting for Commander Will Recker to come along.
7 minutes remaining in this game. 314-45. Tri-City Plan B over the Hammer City Harlots. B-team action. A little bit of a correction on that scoring. Jammer ref Jules in regulation indicating that it was only 2 points, not 3 points for Hammer City. So a single coming off the board, the black side of the board. And lead jammer's going to go to Pity of Food. Little Red Roller Hood being drawn back by Andy Slamberg, having to reset at the back of the pack. On the outside is Pity of Food, now slicing to the inside. She's going to get through that pack and pick up 5 points for Tri-City. Tri-City continuing to increase their lead, continuing to roll in this game, Obi.
Going to give a quick shout out here. Scott Randall asking to please send a shout out to number 1 fan, 10-year-old Molly and friend Lexi with love from Daddy. See, we do read these.
We do. We have access to Twitter. It's the magic of cellular technology. 4 more points for Tri-City. 323 is the score on the white side of the scoreboard. The team in black, the Hammer City Harlots, at 44, under 6 minutes to go in this game. And then we will get one final game between Hammer City A-Team and the Rideau Valley Vixens.
Abastabia and Meow Wallace both looking for the path. Abastabia going for the outside, finds it first. Lead jammer going to the Harlots.
Yeah, I think Commander Will Recker thought that she had enough of a hip on her to knock her out of bounds, But Abastabia able to walk that line like a tightrope walker and get lead jammer for the Harlots, and still stuck in the pack as Mia Wallace now escaping as she gets around turn 2 and down the straightaway. Abastabia looking to pick up points. Another big hit by Commander Will Wreck, and calls out the jam just before Mia Wallace gets to the pack. No points for Tri-City, and all 4 points for Abastabia.
Definitely got it in time there. Mia Wallace did come very close to going out, too. She had one skate over. Fortunately, she didn't put it down, but she managed to stay in.
3:23 to 48 is the score. Under 5 minutes remaining in this game. Murder, She Rolled going up against Cannonball Doll on the Copy Dog jammer line.
Nobody in the penalty box. Out quickly. Murder, She Rolled. The Harlots have turned up the heat in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, and Murder, She Rolled has some nice hustle. When she's able to find that line, she's got huge acceleration, able to get free from that pack in a blink of an eye. And she's had the most lead jammers for Hammer City in this game. Knocked to the outside by Andy Slamberg. She's going to call it off. She did pick up 2 points before she called it off, but nice work by Murder, She Rolled, showing how to get it done for the Harlots.
Now, pardon my short memory, but Cannonball Doll had the helmet cover in her hand. That was a star transfer. Or did it fall off?
I'm trying to remember what happened in that jam, but she. I'm trying to remember. She started with the cover on her head.
Okay, well, she had it in her hand and had to put it back on her head for whatever reason.
Yeah, she probably removed.
Like
maybe she thought about doing a star pass. Regardless. Another jam underway, and cycling back of jammers is occurring as we speak, as Fista Crusher is going to have to come back. Lead jammer going to Psychosonic of Tri-Cities Plan B.
As Psychosonic engages, tries for an apex jump one more time, just getting whacked in the air.
And that was Taco Bella again, getting a piece of her as she went airborne with an attempted apex jump. 2 big failed apex jumps. 2 big hits by Taco Bella.
And 2 big points for that apex
2
jump.
big points at the end. And Psychosonic with, again, a big smile on her face. I think both the jammer and the blocker are having a good old time with these failed apex jumps on turns 1 and 2. Under 3 minutes, it will be 50 to 3:25 is the score.
6.5 times. Praying Mantis up against Little Red Roller Hood. Praying Mantis up near the front, dodges on the inside, gets lead jammer quickly for Plan B. Not even before turn 2.
Little drawback by Susie Slam, and Cannonball Doll keeps Little Red Roller Hood in the pack. Praying Mantis is around the track and looking to score points. She's passed all of the blockers. She's only got Little Red Rollerhead to beat. She does bump her to the inside. Will she be able to draw her back? Little Red Rollerhood racing through the inside to get back onto the track, so she couldn't get drawn all the way back. Nice attempt by Praying Mantis. Nice recovery by Little Red Rollerhood. Yep. Praying Mantis getting that single point and then crashing the wall. And a single for Little Red Rollerhead. 3rd time this game she's managed to get that single point.
She's now tripled her score.
She has. And 4 points for Praying Mantis. So a little bit of jammer bumping. Picks up the jammer point, crashes the wall, picks up 4 more points. So nice work by the vet jammer of Plan B.
1 minute and 28 seconds remain, so we're going to have what may be the final jam. Mia Wallace, Abastabia, doing a lovely little dance there. That was fantastic.
A little shimmy and a shake. Bop to the inside by Taco Bella as Mia Wallace tried to get by. Mia Wallace having to reset. She does. Abastabia with an outside line. She gets past Lippy Wrongstocking. Lead jammer going to the jammer from the Harlots. Abastabia. And there's Mia Wallace right behind her, Obi. And now right in front of her.
That didn't work. Abastabia tried for the hit, but took herself out.
Said hello to the suicide seats between turn 1 and 2.
Now there's only 48 seconds remaining. We can get the start of one more jam in here.
I think we can safely assume this is going to be the final jam of this game. I've been wrong many times before, but I feel safe on this one. We'll see.
No, I'd put money on this one.
Yeah, sure. Murder, She Rolled for the Harlots. Andy Slamberg for Plan B. 5-on-5 roller derby action. We start the game we end the game like we started it.
Andy Slamberg out first. Murder She Rolled still at the very rear of the pack. Can't get past Lilith No Fair.
Oh,
She does, but she can't keep her skates, and she does touch inside. She has to recycle herself.
yeah, big hit by Praying Mantis, picking off Murder She Rolled. A track cut drawn by Praying Mantis. Lead jammer is with Andy Slamberg, and it is now a power jam for Plan B. How long do they want to keep this running, Obi? You got to wonder.
With the period clock completely out now, it's just showboating. You want to pick up as many points as you can. The standings do count individual points.
Yeah, I mean, these are not WFTDA teams, but the rollergirl.ca standings matter to these skaters as well. And they are calculated by Flat Track Stats, so as many points they can put on the board will increase their standings that much more. 5 points for Andy Slamberg as the power jam continues. Skipping through the wall, and that's another 5 points.
Out comes Murder She Rolled from the penalty box.
Andy Slamberg with 20 points already in this jam. Time is gone on the period clock.
She's had enough.
Yeah. 5 more points are enough. A 25-point jam to end this game. Obi serious. I cannot believe that there is mathematical mistakes large enough to cause the lead to change in this game. The final score is not necessarily confirmed at 359-51, but I can pretty much guarantee you that Tri-City Plan B is going to be the winner.
Absolutely, and frankly, they were worth it. They earned it. They showed a superior defense and offense in this game. Not trying to put down Harlots at all. They've got a great team, great offense. In my personal opinion, as I may sound like a broken record here, but improve that defense, and they will be a force to contend with.
Yeah, and the teams seem to be having a fair amount of fun out there. There's a lot of smiles on the faces of both teams. Some nice hits by the Harlots on the jammers and blockers of Plan B, and some real appreciative smiles and hand slaps once those hits came through. So, yeah, I mean, this may be a sizable win for Plan B, but you have to know that in roller derby, even if you lose, you still win because you played the damn game on the track, Obi.
Absolutely.
So yes, we will have one more game tonight. If you are sitting and waiting to see what's going to happen around 8 o'clock, apparently the game is going to start about 3 or 4 minutes after 8 o'clock. That game, again, will be the Rideau Valley Vixens against the hosts, the Hammer City A-team. I'm expecting fireworks in that game.
Yep, and that's about 25 minutes from now.
It is 25 minutes from now. And we're just a tiniest bit behind schedule, but it's not bad for a day with 5 big games of roller derby. Well, be serious. I've had a great time calling this game with you.
Captain, this was a fantastic time.
Again, from the Morgan Firestone Arena in Ancaster, Ontario, we have been calling the B-team matchup at Maple Stirrup, the inaugural Maple Stirrup presented by the Hammer City Roller Girls. We're going to take a break, and some other people are going to come back and talk derby to you for the final game of the day. Don't go away.